Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Crash Arena Turbo Stars video. I just wanted to go ahead and make a guide video for the classic car because I think that I have a pretty good feeling about this car. In particular, the one that I'm running right now is fairly awesome. And I've learned a couple things about it that I think make this car right now my favorite for sure, and some things that I think I can help teach some people. So right now, I'm in the middle, although I do have I have picked up a couple of the higher tier items as well. I'm in just to give you background, I am in the Bronze League. I'm on stage 9, and I'm doing okay for the most part. But this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. I'm gonna do this in a way that might not be how you normally see it. First, I'm gonna talk about the car, but more importantly, I'm gonna go in a case-by-case situation. Every time that I get into a quick battle, I'm gonna tell you what my prediction is and why I predict that, and we're gonna go ahead and see how that does. So. I haven't really upgraded, the stock, the car portion is terribly too much. There's certainly a lot to do with it. I have upgraded the blade. It is a plus 100 legendary and classic. That's why it's going to be doing so awesome with quite a bit of added damage to it. This is something that I think is important if you're going to use a classic, because classic you only have one spot for a weapon. It's very, very important. It's mission critical in my opinion to play this correctly. So you'll notice I have two wheels here, a tire and then also a roller. And the reason why is because I want this guy facing down into the ground. So I wanted, first of all, this particular kit has some very, very high wheel areas, which is awesome for what I want it to do. That means I can have a bigger a roller instead of a knob on the front in order to keep the front down. Now the classic in the front, you see kind of has like this wedged edge. What basically that is, at least for me, is for knocking people up into the wall and kind of keeping their weapons away from you. It doesn't work as well. One of the weaknesses is against blades, or if they do a substantial amount of damage before you get to them, that can be an issue as well. But that's why I have this guy. That's why I have this level 3 booster. In addition to adding quite a bit of health, the 3 metal booster level 1. And in addition to adding quite a bit of health, it also gets me to the target really quickly and helps me kind of push them up and hopefully push them into the wall, where my blade is just going to take care of them little bit by little bit. So I actually really like this setup, and we're going to go ahead and show you what I mean in terms of, we're going to hit a quick fight, okay? And the highest win streak I've had up here was 12 with this vehicle. So I'm going to make a prediction. This guy's got less health than me. He's got less attack than me. I'm going to close the distance very fast, and when I hit him, I'm going to basically knock him over on his backside. Right up against the wall, he's going to roll around a little bit. I may not get hit much by the rocket after that point at all. If he does get the roller, the flipper, I'm sorry, like the forklift around to me, he might be able to roll me over a little bit, but it won't matter with the blade, because the blade in this particular vehicle is very center set. So let's go ahead and let's see how my prediction is. I don't even need to knock him over. Oh, he made a full roll, but it doesn't matter, because like I said, the blade is very center, and we were able to kind of take him out pretty easily like that anyway. He made a full roll around that. It was pretty funny. Alright, so let's go into another one, and let's start this process all over again. That's why with this particular vehicle, I wanted to make sure with my, because I wanted to basically build around, I like to build around a certain part. So I saw the plus 100% to classic cars on the blade, and I said I want to build around this, and that's how I came up with this one in particular. But the blade area is very, very centralized, and that's why I chose this particular classic over others. In addition, the low setting of the boost area allows me to stay close to the ground instead of kind of like throwing the car backwards, which would bring the front up, and if you bring the front up, you can have some issues. This guy I think should be pretty easy for us. He doesn't have a lot of damage. He might even roll backwards a little bit as he starts, picking up the front end of his vehicle. We're going to sneak under there pretty well. We very well might knock him out, down on his back. So let's see what happens here. Yep, down onto his back, and we have nothing to worry about. We're well over half health, although we were beating him in terms of both damage and health at that point anyway. So 5 win streak, not so bad. We'll do a couple more of these guys. Basically, what I hope you're seeing is that the strength, honestly, of the classic car, and the reason why I'm considering this a guide, since I'm going through these things, the strength of the classic car is to get up there and to kind of knock people upwards and backwards. Now, what you see from this guy is he has one of those repulsors in the front, so I'm going to bounce off that a little bit. Also, his wheels are kind of close together, and there's nothing to really pivot him on. He might be pivoted up a little bit, maybe not enough to get the rocket from missing me. But we'll see how that goes. I don't think I'm going to flip this guy because he's another classic with a fairly small amount of distance in between the front of his car and the ground. But we'll see how it goes. Either way, I do predict a win for this one. Both I have more health. So I'm going to bounce off. I'm actually going to get stuck on top of him, but it's not going to matter in that case because the blade is placed well. It's very important to make sure that your weapons are placed well on all your vehicles. And this one is particularly important to me because I want that blade to keep going no matter what. Let's do a couple more. So I think this guy is a pretty bad setup, to be honest. He might flip me over, but I don't think it's going to matter. The likelihood is that he's going to be knocked over before he even gets to flip me. So let's give it a go. Because the boost right here is what really helps. Oh, we actually kind of held each other. He held me from flipping him over. But it didn't matter because the damage was just too much. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can maybe get up to 10 win streak right here. This guy's got a lot more health than I do and a lot more damage. With the roller, I may be in trouble. Hopefully I close the distance fast. He doesn't have a lot of room to flip him. If you see how low his back wheel is, his front wheel is almost not even touching the ground. So he's going to be facing pretty low. I think I might actually lose this one right here because of that reason. Let's go ahead and give it a go, though. There's not much room in between him. Yeah. Wasn't much room in between him and the ground, and then so the flipper just kind of caught me too, and definitely that's definitely an issue here for this particular build. Is anybody who can flip you over? Now, if they flip you over, that's not so bad, but if they catch you with their weapons pointing at you, you can be in trouble there. Let's go ahead and give a couple more a go and see if we can maybe win another one. Feel pretty optimistic about this guy. His wheels are nice and high off the ground. His repulse may push me back. If it does, I'm just going to come back in. He doesn't have a lot of damage, so we're going to win anyway. But let's see if we can flip him. That's my goal, is to flip him. The repulse got there, and he just ran right up it. That's because his wheels are so much higher than the bottom of my vehicle here. So let's go again for one more last one. Let's do one more last one right here. So this guy, he's going to roll forward. He's a rolling kind of guy. We're going to do one after this one, but we'll go ahead and we'll play this one real quick anyway because it's just going to be funny to watch him roll around. I understand his idea there, but without wheels, you lose out on a lot of health as well. So he probably could have put the wheels on there anyway and still ended up flipping it. Just for a little bit of bonus knowledge for you guys. This guy is not off the ground by much. He doesn't have a flipper though, so he may end up running right up the front of my vehicle. He does have a booster there, and he does. I think I'm going to win anyway, based upon the damage and the health. But I may not flip him because, as you can see, and the counter to this guy, there's two counters to classic cars really that I can see. 3 if you include doing enough damage before they get to you, but I don't know if I count that. One is being low to the ground, because the lower you are to the ground, the harder it is for a classic car to get up underneath you and flip you up into the back. 2, so that'd be the wheel kind of situation, and 2 is the lifter. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, it's not a forklift anymore. Is it a lifter? I might be actually called a lifter. And because those guys can kind of get you trapped, especially with the booster. Now, without a booster on the classic car, the lifter might go all the way around first, in which case you don't really have to worry too much about it. But in generally speaking, you want with a classic car, you want your front to be pointing down towards the ground a little bit, but not rubbing into it, of course, if you can help it. This booster typically seems to work well for me, and hopefully you get in there before they get a chance to do anything to you. But let's see. I think I'm going to win this no matter what, but let's see if maybe we can flip him. He's so low to the ground, though. I might flip him once if I kept pushing him, I might have flipped him once I got him around the backboard, but we didn't get there. You know, let's do one more quick one. We have a little bit of time. One more quick one. All right, guys, I want you to go ahead and put your predictions for this one down in the comment section below. This is actually good one. We're pretty even skis on health. He does have a lifter. He does have both a blade and a laser. So it depends, in my opinion, which one is going to be the stronger of the two. It looks like maybe the laser is. And then he is, however, fairly high off the ground. So I want to go ahead and say put your predictions down in the comments below, and we'll see how this one goes. All right, ready? Have you done that? Are you good? All right, let's tap. Let's watch it, guys. Booster's off. Oh, I got the flip on him, and it's over. It's over. So his lifter was situated too far back to kind of catch me like the other ones have been doing in this episode. So I was able to flip him. And even though I flipped with him, the key with that particular vehicle that I have is that the blade is in such a great area. It's right dab in the center. It can hit the front, and it can hit the back too. So that worked out very well for me in the end. All right, guys. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of upgrading I can do to this guy still to to keep him rolling. I'm about to get into the next tier, though. And because I'm just about finishing up I just started stage 9 yesterday or 2 days ago, but we're getting into the military parts pretty soon, and that's pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe. There are some fun stuff. You know I really do appreciate it, and I'm gonna keep posting some of this stuff because I really do enjoy this game from time to time. All right, guys, peace out.